From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, the Congress continues to try and support mobocracy. I don't know what's come over them, but every day more and more Congress leaders are calling for the rule of the mob, indirectly talking about mob violence in India. Mob control, mob logic, mob regime, mob law, mob rule. Manishankar Iyer, very close Gandhi family confidant, part of their absolute inner circle like Sam Pitroda, like Salman Khurshid, has now said that like Bangladesh, there are doubts emerging about the election process in India. Manishankar Iyer, I know him for a long time. He's a political loser. He's more likely to win an election in his favorite Karachi and Islamabad than in India. But he reveals always the Congress intent. This is the frustrated Congress core leadership that wants to overthrow an elected government in India. They could even try and use anyone to try and bring down an elected government in India through mass mob violence, mob action. They can use fake leftist leaders who want to destroy the economic progress that Bharat has made in the last few years. And they will get Chinese support for that. That's what China wants. They can use fringe elements and disguise them as farmers. They can bring in foreign-backed activists funded by the American deep state to generate a narrative, use algorithms to create a sense of caste instigation leading to caste violence. Viewers, what we must investigate now, and we will, is how much money exactly these kind of possible agents have received or are receiving from America and China, the two biggest competitors, who will stop at nothing to halt our global rise. Viewers, last night our hashtag Unbreakable Bharat trended #1 nationally. It showed that more of you supported Republic than these George Soros funded Congi handles, than these Cambridge Analytica type Congi handles, because we are Republic. And we as Republic believers can and will counter these anti-national forces. So don't ignore what these Congi trolls do. Don't ignore a Manishankar Iyer or a Salman Khurshid, ladies and gentlemen. They are the old elite now clutching at the coattails of the deep state in foreign countries in the hope that they will be rehabilitated. For that, even if they need to support the mob, control the mob, or own the mob, they will stop at nothing. Now you tell me, viewers, is that the definition or not of the Tukde Brigade? Debate 1 tonight, viewers, why we need to continue to be very watchful. This is a very dangerous anarchist pitch being made by Congress leaders. On debate number 2 tonight, I will tell you why the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 is the best thing for the Muslims of India. But unfortunately, there is Owaisi and Rahul Gandhi who are pitching for rich, influential Muslim landowners. And I will also tell you why this is actually about controlling 25 to 50,000 crores of real estate income. That's the real story And here are the headlines this Thursday evening on the debate tonight.
हुआ लोगों के मन में बांग्लादेश में कि ये फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन है क्या, वैसे ही शक यहाँ भी आने लगे हैं, वहाँ तो उभर गए हैं.
Vadra Congress goes all out in a desperate attempt to break Bharat a day after Salman Khurshid says that the India will have the same fate as Bangladesh. Vadra Congress's top leader, Mani Shankar Iyer, is now parroting Salman Khurshid's remarks, even dangerously so. He says that Bangladesh and India are situations which are comparable.
पाकिस्तान में जितना भी हिंदुओं का प्रॉपर्टी है वो तो सरकार ने ले लिया और बाकी जो भी करना था कर लिया. यहाँ से जो मुसलमान गए उसमें ज्यादातर लोगों ने अपना प्रॉपर्टी को वक्फ के तहत डिक्लेयर करके गए.
The centre introduces the controversial but necessary Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 in the Lok Sabha, which aims to bring in sweeping changes. However, the uninformed India Alliance, Rahul and Owaisi, come together to call it unconstitutional. Rahul Gandhi and Asaduddin Owaisi joins hands. They call it a draconian attack on the freedom of religion of the Muslim community.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं इस बिल का विरोध करता हूं.
अध्यक्ष के अधिकार अखिलेश जी सिर्फ विपक्ष के नहीं है, पूरे सदन के हैं. इस तरह की गोलमोल बात आप नहीं कर सकते हो.
Very heated exchange in Parliament over the Waqf Bill. Samajwadi Party MP Akhilesh Yadav alleges that Waqf reform is a strategic move by the BJP to cater to its own vote base. In defense of that, he says that the rights of Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla are being slashed. Amit Shah questions him, says, "Do not insult the chair." And a historic feat for India as Team India outclasses Spain 2-1 in a sensational bronze medal match of the men's hockey at the Paris Olympics. Leading India from the front, Harmanpreet doubled his tally with a sensational brace in the third quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, so many of you have been writing into us and writing into me personally saying what is going on. Is there an attempt by some political parties to engineer a mob situation in India? And I have not been able to write to you directly, but the simple answer appears to me is yes. But viewers, I want to tell you this is not what I believe today. This is what I have been warning of since 2016 when I took on the Tukde lobby, when they said Bharat tere tukde honge. This is what I warned about when I took on Sarjil Imam. This is what I warned about when I questioned the people who instigated the Jahangirpuri riots. This is what I warned about when I referred to the foreign influence in the fake farmers' protest. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is one media group, and in fact only one media group in this entire country that takes on these anti-national lobbies, it is, and you know, it is only and only Republic. Now the question is, are they stopping? No. Will we continue to confront them? Yes. Can you and I come together to take them all on? Absolutely. Let's debate.
Hindus are facing one of the worst minority persecution in Bangladesh. But the Muslims are in danger. Gang sees red in India for the Muslim minority.
ये जो बेरोजगारी है वो बहुत बढ़ चुका है आर्थिक विकास के बावजूद. मतलब वहाँ की परिस्थिति और हमारी परिस्थिति में काफ़ी एक कंपैरिजन कर सकते हो. इतना ही नहीं, जो उनके इलेक्शंस हुए विपक्ष की पार्टियों ने भाग ही नहीं लिया क्योंकि उनको लगा कि ये फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन नहीं होंगे. तो जो सबक हमें सीखनी है वो ये है कि विकसित भारत बनाना एक चीज़ है, लेकिन वो आज़ाद भारत होगी क्या?
This statement by Manishankar Iyer raising alarm bells over a potential repeat of the Bangladesh template in India comes day after Indie leaders Salman Khurshid and Manoj Jha made provocative remarks.
You mind if I said that Shaheen Bagh failed? A lot of us believe that Shaheen Bagh succeeded, but I know what's happening to the people who are associated with Shaheen Bagh. How many of them are still in prison? How many of them can't get bail? But what's happening in Bangladesh can happen here. It's just that Bangladesh is a concentration of much that we have in our country, and the spread in our country prevents things blowing up in the manner in which they've blown up in Bangladesh. But whatever is happening in Bangladesh is terrible.
Don't measure Shaheen Bagh on the scale of grandeur, on the scale of what it achieved. Remember what constituted Shaheen Bagh. I was in the parliament, Shashi was in the parliament, we had lost. When parliament lost, roads became alive all over India. There lies Shaheen Bagh.
But Manishankar Iyer is known to be a puppet of Pakistan.
हमें ले आइए, इनको हटाइए।
अच्छा, इनको तो आप ही हटा सकते
हैं।
Really have been in great despair about the nature of my country. It didn't seem to me that since 2014 I'm living in the same country that I was born into in 1941.
और जो भी कुर्बानियां देनी हो उसमें मैं भी शामिल होने को तैयार हूँ। अब देखें कि किसके हाथ और कौन किसका हाथ मजबूत है, हमारा या वो कातिल, ये है सवाल।
The Indie Alliance is seeing an opportunity in Bangladesh's despair.
ये जो नरेंद्र मोदी अभी भाषण दे रहा है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ 6 महीने बाद, 7-8 महीने बाद ये घर से नहीं निकल पाएगा। हिंदुस्तान के युवा इसको ऐसा डंडा मारेंगे, इसको समझा देंगे कि हिंदुस्तान के युवा को रोजगार देने के बिना ये देश आगे नहीं बढ़ सकता है।
India is not described as a nation. In our constitution, the line is India, that is Bharat, is a union of states. India is not described as a nation. In our constitution, the line is India, that is Bharat, is a union of states.
अरे हिंदुस्तान हम 25 करोड़ है ना, तुम 100 करोड़ है ना, ठीक है, तुम तो हमारे से इतने ज्यादा है। 15 मिनट के लिए पुलिस को हटा लो, बता लेंगे किसमें हिम्मत है, कौन ताकतवर है।
20 लाख लोगों द्वारा पंजाब में मेंबर पार्लियामेंट चुना गया और वो एनएस से लगाकर अंदर रखा हुआ है। फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच, उसकी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी के लोगों की बात यहां नहीं रख पा रहे, ये भी ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ।
ಉತ್ತರ ಭಾರತದ ಕಡೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಹಂಚ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ। ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ। ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಖಂಡಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಬೇಡಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಇಡಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಹಿಂದಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶದವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ।
But the cost of Indie's statement is being paid by the nation every time a protest turns into anti-state and anti-national demonstrations. It is the people of the nation that pay the price for statements from desperate political parties training their footmen in the Tukde Tukde gang. It is time for the nation to unite against these voices and say Bharat is unbreakable.
Sibbal is former Indian Foreign Secretary. He's been ambassador to Turkey, to Egypt, in his time to France, and I also believe, if I'm not mistaken, to Russia. Now, Mr. Sibbal, what's going on? Every day we see these political figures saying, what happened in Bangladesh will happen in India. We will break into the Prime Minister's house. You know, we will break into the Prime Minister's house. The people will beat the Prime Minister of India is the language that Rahul Gandhi spoke. Now Manishankar Iyer speaking that language, Salman Khurshid speaking that language, leaders of the RJD speaking that language. what is their expectation? Do people in a democracy speak like this? Why are they speaking like this? What is their intent? Can you unmute yourselves? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
But I think in your introduction, you brought out very well, very dramatically, what I must say, in a manner which causes a deep concern about the forces at play in this country, which will not be unhappy if the Bangladesh example is followed in India, though I don't think this is going to happen. But nevertheless, their efforts will continue. Their efforts to poison the political atmosphere will continue. Their efforts to divide the country on various issues, whether it's caste or federal issues, or unemployment, or issues which, or youth issues, they'll continue to stoke fires if they can, because at the end of the day, it is a struggle for power. And now that Prime Minister Modi and BJP have won the third term for the next 5 years, they're not going to be in power. And after that, it is very uncertain what may or may not happen. So they have this chance, they think, to cause enough social turmoil in India to weaken the government, if not displace the government. Now, this is a matter of serious concern, and unfortunately, there are foreign forces which will not be unhappy at this prospect. In fact, they have a hand, and they'll continue to encourage such forces in India, because this keeps India weak. It weakens our action on the international stage. It makes us partially dependent on the goodwill of others, makes us vulnerable, and therefore they think they can control us internally through these forces. And this is the price we have to pay for democracy, fortunately or unfortunately, because we can't suppress freedom of speech. We can't use all the methods that China uses in terms of suppressing public opinion, cut off contacts with the foreign social media, create autonomy for ourselves in terms of managing the social media inside our own country, which will be answerable to authorities. And the English language, which is very helpful in many ways, also exposes us immediately to the flow of ideas from abroad of all kinds, which then gain currency within our society. And many of these ideas are very disruptive. I have in mind these woke ideas, which are gaining more and more strength in our country. And I see that many of our academics and people in think tanks who are working abroad are actually part of this effort to keep India unstable and weak. They pontificate sitting abroad on the situation in India, and I'm quite unhappy that our press gives them often a lot of space to say and write what they have in mind and create a certain narrative. Now, for example, the narrative of democracy backsliding in India, democracy in peril, institutions in peril, government manipulating the agencies to suppress political opponents and everything else. There is a connection between what is said in India and what is said abroad. There's absolutely no difference, as if both are working on the same template in terms of spotlighting India's weaknesses. So it is a matter of concern, though, frankly, N.I. Salman Khurshid was not wrong, whatever his wishes may be, in terms of replicating what is happening in Bangladesh and India, that we are too vast a country. We are too vast a country.
He said that. But you know, Mr. Sibal, there is also the danger of complacency. You know, we can tend to always assume that things will not go that far, but I was always worried during Shaheen Bagh. And, you know, Shaheen Bagh got curtailed because of COVID. You know, the farmers' protest went very far. I think the government exercised a lot of restraint. Even when the tricolour was pulled down, we didn't use force. But things spin out of control. And so my question is that, you know, I always felt that after Narendra Modi went to Russia, Americans are irked like hell. It's a slap on their face. It's a global recognition for Putin that they would not want. On top of it, the Indian economy will become the third largest. And will not be object of curiosity, will soon be a competitor. So won't they do everything possible, the Chinese and the Americans, their respective deep states, to use Indian agents, Indian political parties to, create fair amount of turbulence in the coming years?
The thing is that they also have geopolitical interest in India. So it's not a simple game for them. So they are playing a double game. On the one hand, incorporate India into their larger geopolitical projects and plans, at which China is the threat. And therefore, they will like India to be on the side of China. Remember, India is a member of BRICS and SCO, and there is also the RIC, the Russia-India-China dialogue, not being given up for the time being. So India has options, and India is also now projecting itself as a leader of the global South. Therefore, if India goes outside their camp, then the entire push for multipolarity and weakening America and Western hegemony gets a boost. Therefore, they like to keep us within the arc of their interest, but at the same time, not give us that much liberty of action. So now that we can have full
one quick question. And sorry if my question sounds too simple. It's a pretty. Would the Americans or the Chinese rather have a little shaky coalition government kind of thing, rather than a BJP-centered Narendra Modi government?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Because any coalition government in India would essentially be a weak government, and will not be able to project India's interests with confidence.
Yeah.
Because confidence will come from solidarity and unity back home, and strength back home.
Yeah.
But if looking over your shoulder all the time, managing internal polity,
correct,
then your external action becomes much weaker. Therefore, they will be happy, and then they can manipulate from outside the partners in the coalition government, because there'll always be different of views and thinking and priorities and interests. That's why, this effort to have a sub-national diplomacy part of some of our partners.
Yeah, go to state governments,
It's dangerous.
Very dangerous, very dangerous. Well, Kanwal Sibal, you put it, I don't want to get you into the political debate, but it's so good to get you because you really put it in context, given me our viewers a lot to think about tonight. And I intend, Mr. Sibal, when in a couple of weeks, you please come in. I would like to have a longer podcast conversation with you for Republic on this and many issues. Thank you very much for tonight. Thank you. That's Kanwal Sibal. Always a pleasure talking to him. Thank you so much, sir. Bye. And that's the issue. So obviously, Nikhil, you can take that, and Piyush, Rahul Gandhi says that in 6 months, Narendra Modi will be pulled out and beaten with sticks. So did someone from the American...
You've already played that bit.
So he said that he was instigating violence against the Prime Minister of India. Am I right, Karan? Any doubt about that, Karan?
Absolutely.
Open violence, like let's have a violent attack on Narendra Modi. No, one minute. Sushil Pandit is there. Sushil Pandit, 1 minute. Let me get everyone's viewers. I think Rahul Gandhi was instigating physical attack and physical violence on Narendra Modi. Any doubt, Sushil? Let that be the starting point.
6 महीने बाद घर से नहीं निकल पाएगा.
डंडा से उनको मारेंगे, right?
None whatsoever. He said it in as.
What did the Prime Minister say on the 8th of November?
No, 1 minute. Did he, Sushil Pandit now, Sushil louder. Sushil audio louder. Viewers think when you're on the debate. I'll also put my question.
Yes.
Sushil?
Yeah. Arnab, generally people resort to dog whistle, and dog whistle is a bit of a sophisticated weapon where you don't speak in as many words, you just allude to it. Here, there is no doubt left. There is absolutely no ambiguity. This is an instruction from the very top, what to do.
Correct.
And number two, I would like to talk about Manishankar Iyer, who's a cog in the wheel in Congress, a big one.
Yeah, both of
this man was at Cambridge in 1961. He was at Trinity Hall, Cambridge, pursuing economics, and he was also a member of Marxist Society of Cambridge. When China invaded India in 1962, this man was mobilizing support and resources for China.
Is that true, Vivek? Vivek is on the debate. Vivek, is that true?
This is our misfortune. He rose to become a minister in our government.
He is absolutely wrong, and I think Rahul Gandhi was only predicting and trying to tell the Prime Minister that he better.
And we have such politicians today.
He was not
I asked this viewers. I think we all have a choice. May I say something? I think we all have a choice.
Salman Khurshid knows more of international politics as compared to Sushil Pandit.
This man was mobilizing support for China in 1962 in Cambridge.
One minute. Now we are, as I said, we are on the edge tonight as a country.
You ask him, he will not.
We are on the edge tonight as a country. And to the viewers of Republic, I want to present the choice that is there before you.
You need to take Salman Khurshid seriously.
I need to say a word. I have not even got in Ajay, I have not even got in Piyush, but I want to take 30 seconds. Viewers, we've been through an election. In an election, somebody wins and somebody loses. The BJP won. Yes, they won by a little less than they thought. And the Congress lost. Now the Congress has to wait till 2029 to get a chance again. Right? And I think it's okay. It's okay. In 2029, Rahul Gandhi will be about 60 years old. It's okay. He can fight at the age of 60 the next election. That's not the point. Point is,
will the Prime Minister fight in 2029?
If he wants to, he can fight.
What happened to the 75-year rule?
That's his business.
What's going to happen?
It's like the Republican Party's business. It's like the Republican Party's business where the Donald Trump qualifies. The BJP's business. You don't poke your nose into their affairs. Now the question is this. Please understand.
But you can poke your nose into Congress's affairs.
I am not poking anybody's nose into any affairs, but keep your damn nose out of my... Keep your nose out of my country. Keep your nose out of my country's national security affairs, Mr. Congressman. My country's national security cannot be compromised anymore. Viewers, Unbreakable Bharat, our campaign needs your support. 1 point tonight. One point. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. Now I'm putting 2 and 2 together, Ajay Alok. Just give me a moment. Rahul Gandhi says, we must pull Narendra Modi out of his house, take sticks and physically attack him.
That's not what he said.
That's exactly what he said. Now, no. This is exactly what he said.
He didn't say that.
Exactly what he said. Exactly what he said. Exactly what he said.
If you have politics, this is what is going to happen, is what he said. He never said do this. He never indicated.
Does it mean that the Prime Minister himself wanted to commit suicide?
No, you Aman Ki Asha gang, listen to me. Is that what he said?
Aman Ki Asha was started by Bajpayee, I think.
No, it was started by a media house, unfortunately. Listen to me. Now my question is, God knows who they were working with. My question is to Ajay Alok. Ajay Alok, we are in a situation tonight. Every day these Congress leaders and associated people say, what happened in Bangladesh can happen here. In other words, they are saying, if people are being lynched there, they can be lynched here. If the house of the Prime Minister has been broken into there, we can be broken into here. If hundreds of people can be killed there, hundreds of people can be killed here. किसी तरह से हमको सत्ता हड़पनी है. अरे जीत नहीं पाते तो हड़पने की कोशिश क्यों कर रहे हो? Don't try to steal power using the American deep state.
Nobody is trying to steal power. You manipulate.
Ajay Alok is on the debate.
Remain in power.
Proof? I'll give you proof.
Manipulating to remain in power.
Ajay, the statements are the proof of intent. Ajay Alok is on the debate, ladies and gentlemen. Unbreakable Bharat.
Vivek, I guess question is from me. Let me answer. I very categorically say, Arnab,
if the Congress leaders are saying so, they are saying
louder.
Because they have done it in the past. They have done it in the past. Sushil Pandit is sitting here. They have done a Hindu genocide in Jammu and Kashmir, right or wrong? They have done a Sikh genocide in Delhi and Punjab, right or wrong? They have done it, and now they want a genocide of Hindus again.
Who was your man?
Based on communal lines. Now we all sitting here are Hindus. We all sitting here Hindus. Vivek Srivastava may claim himself to be atheist, but be ready for a brutal massacre, and you will be the first in line, my dear friend. You will be the first in line.
Hindus, we are Indians. Talk of India.
Because they won't take you. They won't take you. They won't take you as their own crony. You will be butchered first.
Ajay, you are always talking.
And because for them now, the standard way of peaceful living is to follow a pattern, follow a religion. That's what they want. They want a Hindu genocide. That's what Salman Khurshid meant. And that's what Mani Shankar is meaning.
The BJP spokesperson
doesn't
not. If you have an RSS man,
now here Aam Aadmi Party sitting and just waving here and there. There was Mr. Naeem Ali who was sitting with Arvind Kejriwal. What he was doing today.
Every government
declare your stand, Piyush. सारे संघियों को मार देंगे. मोदी भाग जाएगा.
What is this?
That's Naeem Ali of Aam Aadmi Party sitting with Sanjay and Arvind Kejriwal.
What is this?
बंद करिए.
I am not going to respond to the nonsense that Ajay Alok is telling on national television shamelessly.
They will be the first to get massacred.
Without any facts, if this man is doing something, it is only hate.
Oh, you shut up, you RSS.
Now let me...
I'm not doing anything. This is the proof. This is the authorized Twitter verified handle. What he has tweeted. And there is pictures with Arvind Kejriwal and Sanjay Singh.
Who has tweeted? Who has tweeted? One minute. Tell us what is this? What are you referring to? What are you referring to?
What proof does he have of Hindu genocide being planned in this country? What are you talking about?
No, 1 minute. Piyush versus Ajay has broken out right now. Piyush versus Ajay. Piyush versus Ajay on the program tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Piyush versus Ajay.
Trying to divide this country like anything, and then you're allowing that rant to go on.
Piyush versus Ajay.
And I have referred it to Delhi police also. He is sitting with Arvind Kejriwal and Sanjay Singh. And he's an active member of Aam Aadmi Party who was also accused in Delhi riots. And he's saying we are heading for a...
1 minute. Piyush, I want to ask you. Piyush, I want to ask you. I don't make a specific reference. I have no knowledge of what Ajay Alok is saying tonight, Piyush. But I must follow up by giving you an opportunity to speak. Ajay Alok is saying, Piyush, that there is a person who has photographs with Arvind Kejriwal who's calling for civil war in the country. Is this true?
Deep Sidhu has photographed with the Prime Minister.
But is this person an Aam Aadmi Party member?
Who is Deep Sidhu?
Is this person calling for civil war an Aam Aadmi Party member or leader?
Who is Deep Sidhu? Who is Deep Sidhu? Whether there is a...
I'm not talking about Deep Sidhu. I'm talking about whether an Aam Aadmi Party individual has called for civil war. If so, is that true? And have you taken action against that individual?
Sir. You talk according to your convenience. You talk when you are able to, in a manner in which you are able to paint the whole opposition in anti-national color. That is what suits you. That is what suits the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's why you'll keep talking about it. As far as the question of Bangladesh-like situation happening in India, it's not possible. I have maintained India has a robust democratic system. India has a voice of strong opposition. India has a strong judicial system. India has an apolitical army which prevents from any kind of armed rebellion from taking place. So India is a very mature democratic country. It is never going to happen in a country like India. Bangladesh-like situation is never going to happen
people like Arvind Kejriwal and Rahul Gandhi.
Despite BJP.
India has people like Arvind Kejriwal and Rahul Gandhi who says democracy is lost in this country. There is no democracy. What are you talking of India? You guys are full of anti-Indian sentiments now.
Rebellion is not
you are just waving your tails. You are waving your tails for anything. Make Modi out, get Modi out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our point being tonight, I want to intervene at this point, and a point has been made by... Should I come in?
I don't know.
You guys are scared.
What kind of adrenaline injection have you taken in this?
You will be the first one to get massacred if this happens in this country.
My God.
Because that is your desire, but you will be the first.
My God.
You will be the first victim of your desire. Let me tell you.
You guys should be ashamed of what you are speaking on national television, bhai.
Because we are not going to let this happen. We are going to fight you tooth and nail. We are going to fight you tooth and nail. We won't let you succeed.
I wish to ask you.
We don't let you succeed.
I want 30 seconds for us to introspect collectively tonight on the program. You know something. I was in Delhi too, right? When the Delhi riots happened. Okay? Now Rahul's older to us. I remember, but he doesn't remember. I remember. Rahul's older to us. I remember, but he doesn't remember. But he told me when I asked him, face to face, eye to eye, were congressmen involved? Karan. He said, shrugging, some congressmen were involved. Thousands of Sikhs were killed. That was the rule of the mob. When Sanjay Gandhi's friends went loose, when Sanjay Gandhi's friends went loose in Tilaknagar and Janakpuri, that was the rule of the mob. Now Karan, don't tell me my name. I know my name is Arnab Goswami, everybody does. 40 years later, they want that rule of the mob again. I say we won't let them. Karan, we will not let them. Put that thing down. Karan, we will not let them. Karan is on the debate right now. Karan.
Tahir Hussain, Piyush ji, for waxing eloquent, your councillor Tahir Hussain is one of the main perpetrators of the Delhi riots. If anyone needs to be ashamed, it's the Aam Aadmi Party that needs to be ashamed. They need to hang their head in shame. When your Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal receives funds from the Ford
Louder for Piyush and Karan, louder for both.
We know about the nefarious design of the Ford Foundation.
Was Dhruv Saxena head of BJP IT cell or not?
Arnab,
was he
Aam Aadmi Party, this has become a natural home of the Islamo leftist cabal. This cabal. Arnab, you remember you used to talk about the Tukre gang?
अरे ध्रुव सक्सेना कौन था भाई? ध्रुव सक्सेना बीजेपी आईटी सेल का अध्यक्ष था कि नहीं था मध्य प्रदेश का? वो आईएसआई का
That is their reality today. They will not stop at anything. They will not stop at caste. They will not stop at geography, north and south. They want to divide this country. But let it be known to them that we have a nationalist country, nationalist government at the center, which will not bat an eyelid to
I want to ask you, Piyush, it has been brought to my attention. I'm asking you. I'm asking you,
Indians with guns.
Some material has been brought to my attention about a person called Nadeem, what is his name? Nadeem Ram Ali.
Ram Ali.
Huh? Manish Sisodia has tweeted on his birthday. Yes. Arvind Kejriwal has tweeted with him. Sanjay Singh has tweeted with him. Is this the same individual who is now asking for civil war? Griha Yudh. Piyush, it's serious. Arko, this is serious. Arko and Piyush.
First and foremost, I don't know who this Nadeem is.
I also don't know, but he's showing something.
Whom you are talking about.
Can you have Ajay Alok on the program? Ajay Alok.
If he's talking of civil war, he should be put behind bars.
Then first throw him out of your party.
अरे जेल में बंद करो ना भाई.
ताहिर हुसैन है ना जेल में बंद आपका?
ट्वीट है किसका कब निकाल के बता रहे हो?
उसके लिए वकील क्यों लगाते हैं?
डिमांड कब करी है? व्हाट इज द क्रोनोलॉजी? यार कभी भी यार.
Tell me about Tahir Hussain. Your councillor Tahir Hussain framed charges against him for
anyway, I don't know whether this is the person. I don't know. These are only allegations that are being made right now. I don't know any such individual, but it's a serious charge that Ajay Alok is making. I don't know. I don't know who he is. What are you showing, Ajay?
I also don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You also don't know.
He needs to have certain credibility behind it.
Anyway, I feel that anybody who calls for civil war should never be in any political party in this country. He should be behind bars. Orko.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
Orko, earlier on the program tonight, it was told to us that India has a judicial system.
Yes.
And that's why bobocracy will not happen. India has an armed forces. India has a democratic system. India has elections. Now, India had a judicial system when Shaheen Bagh happened. India had an army when Shaheen Bagh happened. India had a democratic system that had voted in Narendra Modi a second time when Shaheen Bagh happened. Right or wrong? Yet Shaheen Bagh happened. Yet 56 people were killed. Yet Jahangir Puri happened. Yes, yet the tricolor was brought down and we had to watch that happen in our country. So when people tell me it's an impossibility, I say, no, it's happened in our lifetime. We don't want it to happen again.
Understanding, Arnab,
Right. And in my understanding, why India will never face a mobocracy is something more than the judiciary, the democracy and the constitution. That is the people of India at large, which is the first three words with which the constitution of India starts with. The people of India and people of Bangladesh and people of Pakistan are not the same. And by people, I do not discriminate in caste, class, creed and religion. It is people of India at large, firstly. Secondly, I repeat myself, anybody who says of civil war, anybody who says that the Prime Minister would be heckled, anybody who says that the Prime Minister's house will be heckled, will not be spared, should not be spared in the country.
What do you feel about Rahul Gandhi saying that Narendra Modi should be beaten up or will be beaten up with sticks?
Against a government and not to be supported. Not to be supported.
But you are allied with this party.
I am making it very clear
He
not
says
to be
he's
supported.
instigated physical violence on Rahul Gandhi.
Whoever is the Prime
on
Minister
Narendra
of
Modi,
India,
hasn't he?
Still he is the Prime
Hasn't
Minister
Rahul
of
Gandhi
India.
instigated
Is our
physical
leader,
violence on
is
the
our
Prime Minister?
representative. No, let it be very clear.
Arnab, this is out of their typical playbook.
No, I am sure and I am confident that no physical violence can be inflicted upon the Prime Minister of India at any point of time.
With guns to Maoists. That is how they cushion this narrative. Gandhians with guns. You remember Arundhati Roy? You remember Medha Patkar, who was standing against the raising of the Narmada Dam, which went on to irrigate so many homes. So these are the people. Harsh Mandir,
Let me be also pragmatically clear that democratically organized constitutional movements against any atrocity of the government is a right within the fold of democracy and cannot be taken away by any other controversial comments made. What has happened in Bangladesh is supposed to be in Bangladesh and it will never happen in India so far as people of India at large is here.
Sushil has the hand up. Sushil makes a point.
India will turn into Bangladesh
Sushil and Ajay.
Arnab, we've seen it time and again, Arnab. When emergency was imposed, none of these pillars of democracy, human rights and freedom rose up to defend us. We had to suffer emergency for 2.5 years. When we were thrown out of Kashmir through a brutal genocide, none of these pillars, judiciary, media, parliament, human rights organizations, police, army, none was useful to defend us.
Well, the pictures on your screen, I'm just going to put, ladies and gentlemen. I want to put pictures on your screen. That is the military puppet Muhammad Yunus being sworn in. Total military puppet, American puppet. 84-year-old Muhammad Yunus emerges from nowhere and is being sworn in as the head of the military government in Bangladesh. This is what happens when you have a coup. Do you want this to happen in India? Absolutely not. Now, we are told it will never happen in our country. What rubbish. We cannot assume it will never happen in our country. Let's go back to the debate.
Why are we discussing a coup in India?
No, I'm not discussing a coup in India. Of course not. Perish the thought. Perish the thought. We are talking about politicians who are trying to instigate mobocracy. Of course we won't talk about a coup. We have faith in our army. We know our army. Don't you dare speak like that. Don't you dare speak like that. Don't you dare speak like that about our army. Do not attempt to speak like that against our army. How dare you? Make those kind of inciting comments. How wrong you are. You are the kind of people who will never stop at anything to attack the army. How unfortunate. But Digvijay Singh said that I will stand with Umar Khalid. कहा था कि नहीं कहा था? कहा था उमर खालिद गांधीवादी आदमी है. गांधीवादी आदमी है. गांधीवादी कभी हिंसक प्रवृत्ति का नहीं हो सकता. I stand with Umar Khalid. उमर खालिद का समर्थन करेंगे. कहा था कि नहीं कहा था? Tell me, Nikhil. Tell me. Silent now.
Has he been convicted? Has he been convicted for any violence? But people of the party that you like,
did the Congress support Yasin Malik or not?
People who gang raped and murdered infants and an entire family. We all remember what madness happened in the Bishop Bano case. We all remember that. There were BJP leaders on the stage garlanding them. They were touching their feet. The people who murdered and raped infants, a pregnant woman. So let's not pretend that Umar Khalid is some terrorist until our court convicts him of that.
Very soon,
so it is as they desire, they will listen to the rhythms of Ghalib, Chalib and Ralib very soon in their ears. Salman Khurshid merely pointed out
these
that
kind of people are these pseudo hypocrites. They want our country to divide, and because of them we are facing these kind of problems and these kind of people. I don't blame any Muslim fundamentalists for what we are facing. It's absolutely these double standard hypocrites through which we are going through all these problems. And that's why we are surrounded. The whole India is surrounded by fundamentalist forces, and the only way to live is to fight, and we will fight. We are not going to be with them, and we are not going to be like them. One thing is for sure. Very soon, Nikhil, you will listen to the chants of Dalib, Talib and Ralib in your ears. In your ears.
Who was going there? BJP leaders.
The way you are going.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to be very cautious. We have to be very cautious. The reason I have made this a campaign is because I believe that there is an effort at undermining our country from within.